What does Britney Spears, the late Anna Nicole Smith, Richard Simmons, the late Marilyn Monroe, and Amber Heard all have in common? Do you know? They all have histrionic personality disorder. Hi, it's Sandy Wiley. And as I said, we're on the series of personality disorders. I've already covered a lot about narcissistic. I've already covered borderline, avoidant, and social anxiety disorders. And now I'm going to cover histrionic personality disorder, which is a lot like borderline personality. The reason I got the idea to cover this personality disorder is because someone mentioned about wanting attention disorder. And I said, there is no such disorder as wanting attention. But then I looked up wanting attention, I Googled it, and voila! What came out? Histrionic personality disorder. If your main driving focus is getting noticed or approved by others, and this negatively affects your life, you might be living with histrionic personality disorder. Now, I was never diagnosed with this. I was only diagnosed by two psychologists, one from Harvard University and one from Yale University. And they both diagnosed me with borderline personality disorder. I was never hospitalized for the disorder. I don't meet all the criteria for the disorder of borderline, because I don't self-harm. I don't have suicide ideation. So, but all the other things I do have, all the other symptoms and behaviors. Now, let's see if I have this. The word histrionic means theatrical or dramatic, which I am. Just watch my karaoke, okay? 4 years ago when I got on here. I'm very, a theater person, because my grandmother, my mother's mother, worked in vaudeville. She was one of the vaudeville dancers. So, and my mother was a singer at piano bars, not a professional singer, okay, with CDs and like music deals. She sang at piano bars. I'm very dramatic, okay? Histrionic personality disorder primarily involves a tendency to view situations emotionally and display over-dramatic behaviors that aim to draw attention to you constantly. Now, this is very, very in common with borderline personality disorder. And if you read borderline personality disorder, it'll say like the same kind of thing, really. So let's dive a little deeper into it, and I'll tell you if I think I have histrionic personality disorder, even though I never was diagnosed with it. I'll let you know if I have some of the characteristics. Like I told you, I have a lot of the characteristics of narcissistic personality disorder. I have a good deal of characteristics of antisocial personality disorder. But I realize I do not have that disorder. All right. These aren't conscious tactics to manipulate or control others. It may feel very natural to you to act this way. You might not be aware of these behaviors, how these behaviors affect relationships with other people. All right. What's histrionic personality disorder? It's one of the 10 personality disorders. Oh, there's 10. Ooh, let's see if I click that. Let's see if they list all 10. They list all the impairments of it. Oh, here they go. Paranoid personality disorder. Schizotypical personality disorder, 2. Schizoid personality disorder. I'm going to cover all these. That's cluster A. Cluster B, narcissistic personality disorder. I already covered that. Antisocial personality disorder. I already covered that. Borderline personality disorder, I already covered that. Histrionic personality disorder, covering it today. Cluster C, obsessive compulsive personality disorder. I covered that too. Look up obsessive compulsive. I did a video on that. Dependent personality disorder, avoidant personality disorder. Okay. I think I named them all. So, they fall into this is one of the 10 personality disorders. It falls into cluster B classifications, together with borderline, antisocial, and narcissistic personality disorder. So, I guess those have a lot in common: borderline, antisocial, narcissistic, with the histrionic. So, these cluster B conditions, I think that, how many clusters are A, B, and C? These cluster B are characterized by difficulty controlling emotions, moi, a tendency to act dramatically and unpredictably. That's me. Specifically, a persistent pattern of extreme emotional and constant attention-seeking behaviors. Okay, so do you crave attention? Well, if you do, you might have histrionic personality disorder. Do I crave attention? I would say yes and no. So, I would say for myself, I crave attention by people who I love and like are very attracted to or want in my life. Like I'd say lovers and friends, okay? I crave attention for people that I'm emotionally connected to in my life. So yes, I do crave attention from those people I'm emotionally connected to, whether they're lovers in the past, friends, psychologists. But now here's the difference where I don't think I have histrionic personality disorder. Do I crave attention in general? Not really, no. I'm very shy. Let's say I go to the party. I go to a party. I'm a wallflower. Now, a histrionic personality who craves attention from people would be the one, the center of attention in the room, the one to like crack all the jokes, the one to flitter about and want to be noticed, by flirt and talk to everyone. Me, no, I don't want to be noticed. When I go to if I ever went to a party, like I'm a wallflower. I'm hovering in the corner. So no. In that sense, I don't have histrionic personality disorder because I don't crave attention in the masses. Do I crave attention from people I'm emotionally connected to? Yes, very, very much. And I get very hurt if I don't get that attention. But like in the larger worlds, like what about YouTube? Well, every YouTube person has a YouTube channel, right? YouTube player in the partner program, of course, they put videos out. They want people to watch their videos. You would have to say that, all those people couldn't have histrionic personality disorder because they have a YouTube channel and they're putting their YouTube channel, they're marketing themselves and putting them out, putting their link to their YouTube, so they can earn money. Then you'd have to say everyone who has, a YouTube channel, I don't consider that wanting attention. I consider that marketing myself so I make money. Like marketing my books, marketing my YouTube channel. I go, I could pay people hundreds and hundreds of dollars to do it for me, but I really don't have that kind of money. So I do it myself. But that's not craving attention. That's called marketing. That's good marketing strategy. There's a big difference, All right, let's see. Histrionic personality has been associated with higher rates of depression, anxiety. I have anxiety in spades. I have somatic symptom disorder, formerly known as hypochondriasis. How do you know if someone has histrionic personality disorder? Here's the symptoms. Everyone might have a few traits that appear in some situations, like during a party with friends, or in some industries like acting or modeling. So when looking at the list of symptoms, it's natural to identify with one or even a few of them. But you could have some of the personality traits that characterize histrionic personality or any other personality disorder without actually having the condition. The difference is that when someone lives with the personality disorder, these traits become behaviors that persistently show up across most situations and also cause interpersonal problems and distress to the person. Okay, this is why mental health professionals look for a long history of at least 5 of the following 8 symptoms to diagnose someone with this personality disorder. All right, let's look at it. Attention-seeking behaviors. That's one of the symptoms. If you have histrionic personality, you may typically feel the constant need to act in specific ways to receive a lot of attention wherever you are. And that's not me. I'm extremely shy. I'm extremely quiet. One person said that they're very bubbly and outgoing and talk to strangers. That's not me. So I do not attention seek at all. So I probably don't have histrionic personality disorder, but this is one of the things I don't do. All right. When I'm out in public, I'm a wallflower. I'm extremely shy. I avoid people. I don't seek out attention, Dressing dramatically or provocatively. Well, in that instance, I do. I have the big hair. I have the makeup. So I do dress provocative. I will say yes. Making up or exaggerating stories about you or things that have happened to you. No, I never make up things. Everything I tell you or write in books is 100% the truth. I don't make up stories to entertain people. Exaggerating or making up symptoms of an illness, never. Showering other people with compliments and love declarations, even if you've just met them. Maybe a couple of psychologists I've done that with, but not the normal everyday person. Getting into minor accidents that require other people to rescue you. Well, maybe with psychologists again I've done this. Getting competitive with others in many situations or trying to trump whatever they're talking about. That happened to me, and I'm better than you. No, I wouldn't say that's me. Most of the time, these are unconscious behavior patterns that are adopted over years because they've worked in the past. I would say that, I have some of this, like the dressing provocatively and dramatic, the dramatic hair, the dramatic makeup, I would say. And this is how I go out. I don't just dress like this for my YouTube channel. You see me like this? Later, I'm going out later on. I dress like this every day. I don't just dress like this for you, my subscribers. This is me. This is how you'll see me on the street. But if you see me on the street, I'm not going to look at you. I'm not going to say, hey, hi. I'm going to be like, my head will probably be down to the ground. So see? It's kind of like, I don't know. All right, seductive behavior is the second symptom or characteristic of a histrionic personality disorder. You might dress and act in a sexually provocative or flirty way. Yeah, I would say yeah, I do. Even in situations and places where this may be perceived as inappropriate. Sure. I would say yeah. I dress sexy. I do. I dress provocatively wherever I go. Grocery shopping, the library. I just do. But I'm not really looking to flirt with anyone. When I go to the library, I might have, I have jeans on. Just jeans and Ugg boots. This is what I go. My head's in a book. I'm not, looking for attention and trying to flirt. No, I'm keeping to myself and reading a book. But I do dress seductively. I do. All right. See, they're saying that people who dress like this aren't dressing for an attempt at an intimate relationship with others. They're doing it in an unconscious way to get attention of those around them, right? But I'm not looking for attention when I go out dressed as I am, you know. Here's the third one. Superficial emotions that fluctuate rapidly. Someone with histrionic personality might experience constant changes in mood, but also changes in interests and emotions. These changes might seem quick and intense. Other people might perceive them as being out of proportion to the situation at hand. Let's see. Frequent lifestyle changes might also be consequences of these rapid shifts in your mood and emotional states. You may also feel very enthusiastic about a relationship or a project and then lose interest quickly. For example, this may drive you to have multiple jobs, new hobbies, or reoccurring romantic partners. Yeah, not really. I've only had a few romantic partners in my life. And only a few jobs. I don't know. I'm not sure about that one with me. Focus on physical appearances. Yes, me in spades. Yes, number 4. What did I say? Number 4, and seductive behavior. Maybe number 2, attention-seeking behaviors. Well, some of number 1. So I probably might have this. Okay. If you have histrionic personality disorder, you consistently change and work on your physical appearance to draw attention to yourself. Repeatedly changing your hair color or hairstyle. No. I guess I don't. I've had this same blonde, wild, fuzzy, bleached hairstyle for years. You know, this length. I don't frequently change my hairstyle. Nope. Wearing flashy clothes and shoes. Uggs is flashy? Not really, no. Adding colorful or dramatic accessories to your looks. Not really. No. Putting yourself down physically in an effort to get compliments. No. So, number 4 is out. Nope. Vague. Number 5 is vague and showy speech. Perhaps you like to talk a lot. No. I'm very quiet. Except with people I know. Then I do talk a lot. Like my husband will say, I never shut up. He's my husband. You know what I mean? But inadvertently, you might favor style over substance. You may also feel inclined to use big words, but few details or explanation. I never use big words. I mean, do I use big words on my YouTube channel? No. You may also give an opinion about someone or something, but not have any reasoning behind it. I always have a reason for my opinions. For example, you might tell someone you love an actor, and that she's the absolute best, or he. The other person asks you why you love that person, or which of the characters you enjoyed the most, and you feel confused. And you don't know why you're crazy about someone. Nah, that's not me either. Okay, number 6, being dramatic. Acting ecstatic and over the moon every time you see someone. If I have an infatuation with you, yes. If I'm in love with you, yes, I act over the moon. Who doesn't when they're in love or infatuated? Even if you just saw them a few hours ago or see them every day. Well, if I'm in love, which I haven't been in love in years, so no, I don't act that way now, no. Kissing people on the mouth or hugging them extensively, even when it's not a close relationship. No. Dramatic physical sensation, like announcing you're about to faint because it's too hot. I'm dramatic, yeah. I might say I'm starving to death if I'm hungry, or I might. So that's kind of iffy too. I am dramatic anyway, so I already know that about myself. Highly suggestible and easily influenced. As someone with this personality disorder, you could be overly trusting of others and frequently swayed by their opinions. Not anymore. I don't trust anyone. So this might lead you to follow the latest trends, even when making big decisions. No. I follow my own trend, which is an 80s chick, okay? I don't follow trends. I've been stuck in the 80s for decades. This is me, 80s chick. Look at this sweater. This sweater probably came from the 80s, okay? Look at this hair. The big poof here. This hairstyle is the 80s, okay? So no, I don't follow the latest trends at all. People look at me and say, that girl's lost in the 80s. She's not, So no, nope, nope, nope. Our number 8, considering people closer to you than they really are. I have to admit, I've been guilty of this. If I really like someone and we're friends or more, then I might put more weight on that relationship than I really should, because it's not reciprocal. So I have to say I'm guilty of number 8. You might feel very close to those around you, even if you just met them. This might lead you to act very casually around them and constantly use terms of endearment. I do when I've had infatuations. Yes, I'm guilty of that. Even if I just met someone, if I'm infatuated with them, that is very true. That, I'll act like, I knew them for a long time. I'll act inappropriate. I'll act like I'm very close to them, or I have a lot of feelings for them. If I am, I haven't been infatuated in years, so this is something that I used to do when I was infatuated or had a crush on a guy. Yeah. All right. Yeah, it says when others are just getting to know you, your displays of affection might be overwhelming and not sincere. And yeah, I have been guilty of that too. Yeah, because when I met, I used to date a guy when I was married. I had an affair with a married man who had 2 daughters. His name was Randy. Read my books. And when I met his daughters, I met his whole family, by the way. He took me to a family wedding. I went over and I hugged them and acted like they, like I knew them, and I just met them, and they thought, they were kind of like taken aback, because I was very close to Randy. I was acting too familiar with his daughters, and that made them very uncomfortable. So I am guilty of this. I am, yeah. So, what's beneath the symptoms of histrionic personality? Even though it may be perceived this way, a person with this personality doesn't necessarily enjoy all these attention-seeking behaviors. There's often intense emotionality that shows as anger, frustration, depression, and anxiety. Behind your histrionic behaviors, there might be an urge to be accepted and to connect to others quickly, and a feeling of constant disappointment because this doesn't happen. So they're saying, it isn't just to be all showy, that you really want, the person with this histrionic personality disorder wants so badly to be accepted and to connect, that, they go way overboard. And I can identify with that because I have been there with people that I feel either like infatuated with, or I'm in love with, or I feel a very deep connection. I have gone way overboard. Yes. So I have with certain people. Definitely true. Your attempts to quickly get closer, more intimate with others might not be reciprocated because other people might get overwhelmed or confused when getting too much affection too soon. Yeah. This is coming on too strong, okay? Do I come on too strong with people that I really don't know and shouldn't? I mean, I have in the past. It depends on how I feel about you. So it really depends. If I really like you, and I really, feel like we hit it off, I might come on too strong. Or if I'm good friends with you and you introduce me to your family or something, I might hug them and kiss them on the cheek and act like, oh, well, because, I have done that too, because if I feel close to someone, then the people in their life, I feel like, hey, I might show too much affection toward right away because you know, like my best friend Holly, because we were best friends and everything. Like when she had a party and she invited me over and introduced me to her like father or like her sister, I, you know, would act very overly friendly and hug them and kiss them on the cheek and act like they're, oh well, this is my best friend. You're her dad. You're her sister. You know, I might be a little too much because, or her kids, I might be, you know, because it's my best friend, you know. In that situation, you know, I would, because of the familiarity with the person. Anyone the person knows, like their family or their spouse or whatever it may be, their children, I might act like, well, you know, over familiar and come on too strong. But not just randomly, you know.